My dad once told me that one of the prayers he prayed to God was that he wanted his children to be helpers of people. And in view of that, he said there were two professions he felt that would put his children in position of help, to help other human beings. And he wanted he said either his child is either a medical doctor or an administrator, because he felt that an administrator was someone that was in position to actually uplift people. In those days they used to have administrators, and that dream was fulfilled in his lifetime, partly because my elder brother read medicine, became a surgeon, and really helped people. In short, he did his own medicine very philanthropically, because having trained in London, in Birmingham, came back to the village to open his hospital to practice. He had opportunity to have gone to Saudi Arabia, which is where a lot of his colleagues went at that time, but he chose to live with the local people and be of help to them. Many times people can't pay their bills, but he goes ahead to just treat them, irrespective. And he won the hearts of the people, and they loved him so much. And at the peak of it, when it was time for the local government chairman election, the people said there's no better person to be our leader than doctor. And at that time, the governor of my state was a cousin. We were related both on the father and the mother side. So my local government was the hot spot. You cannot imagine a sitting governor losing election in his local government. He can lose elsewhere, but to lose in his local government, that would not happen. And it was going to be bloody. Cut the long story short, my brother won that election, and he became the local government chairman. And that's how that journey went. So the other part of that dream, which my father never lived to see, is what I'm doing in NWN. Well, my name is Noel Abdullahi. Like we introduce ourselves in NWN, we introduce ourselves with our colors. That's why you see the logo. We have colors, and we're not ashamed of our colors. And each color that you see has its strength and has its weaknesses. And this is usually the beginning of the journey for us in NWN. Self-awareness, accepting your strengths and accepting those weaknesses. And I'm a top blue over yellow. And in 3 words, you can describe me as an enterprising, socializing helper. So every coach must be able to describe themselves in 3 words. So we've actually used the Equilibra test, which has really helped us to do a good job at that. And I give them that credit. It's one of the best personality tests that I've seen. Because until you are self-aware, you can't lead yourself. And until you can lead yourself, you can't lead others. And we also discover that the journey of reaching potential actually starts with self-awareness. And what people call weaknesses, we call them potential limiters. You understand? So when you know what your potential limiters are, you know what you need to work on so that you can reach your potential. And so those were the drivers. I'm coming from somewhere. That's how my father lived too. And I've also seen that among the community of people I found myself. So NWN was actually born out of that desire to help people reach their full potential. And I was a youth pastor for years, over 20 years, and I knew their pain points. I knew the challenges. And I know that one thing that we struggled with then was they leave school and they come and join the queue of people that you know, we have to still be taken care of. And it was not funny. And as a pastor, if your people are jobless and they're all around you, you need to do something. You need to do something. And then when I was working with the multinational, I tried to see how I could get them into the companies, but these companies were not ready to, it wasn't my father's business. But somehow one day in the process, God says, look, you can do something about this. You can do something about it. And I was like, what do I do? And he's like, you can create jobs for them. How do I create jobs for them? So there's this statement by one of these generals who led the Gulf War. And he said that to be successful in the 21st century, you need character and competence. And anyone who is able to have a blend of these two will always be successful. We always find a job to do. And that was how we decided to proceed to set up a platform that can build character and competence, because we saw that these are the two wings required to fly. And when we're able to set up, a few of our curriculum, both we had technical skills. There's something we call skill track. Skill track basically was designed to help people build competence in their chosen crafts. And then we also had the NWN life skills. Life skills were borrowed from the UN, and we saw that if we put these two together, and then the fact that our community, there was always something to do. There were tasks that need to be delivered, and people could volunteer. And as people volunteered, they were learning work skills. So putting it all together, an average member of this community is someone that has character, has competence, has work skills. And go out there, what are people looking for? These are the three key things. This did not come easy. It was rigorous. We're having 40 days devotional where you read every day, you summarize, you meet in the evening. It was not easy for me, neither was it easy for them. It's never easy. They say pikin wey say im mama no go sleep, himself no go sleep. Yes, but all these people you see here today roughed it out. At least most of them attended, 70% of it. And that is a major test for us, because it was a test of consistency. There is an experiment that was done that anything you can do for 21 days, then it can become a habit. So we believe that as these people have really been able to go through all these rigors, we read books, don't just read, we were broken into groups, and then these books, they were summarized and presentations were made. And that was a lot of work. So I also want us to just again clap for the graduates. Many of them being the bosses on their way home, and they are still participating. That's the sacrifice that these people have put, And beyond that, they even went to, a lot of them spearheaded a lot of projects and initiatives. So the way NWN runs, it wasn't my thing. I'm not coming up with every idea. What we are doing today is not my idea. It's their idea. And that's what happens when you surround yourself with great people. No man is great. It's the people around you that makes you great. And what you see today, they arranged it. They came up with the idea. They arranged it. All these academic gowns. I don't have an idea about how these things work. But again, I had sown the seeds of, I did my part, and the Lord has taken it beyond that. And I know that the ideas they have is beyond this four wall. Now we are talking global. And these are the people going to drive it. And I know they are ready and they're equipped. All right. So I look forward to seeing greatness in all of you in the days ahead. So going forward, just to let us know again, which I always reiterate, NWN has 3 pillars: learning, accountability, and networking. It's called LAN. And we do believe that once these 3 pillars are You have them in your life. There's no stopping you. There's no stopping you. And learning, just like the most difficult of all is unlearning. There's a popular philosopher who said that in the 21st century, we need to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And so learning is a continuous thing in NW. And if you are not ready to be a learner, we're going to make life uncomfortable for you in our community. They know how passionate I am about that. So those are the things that drive everything that we do. All our programs are around these three things. Coaches are there to hold people accountable to their goals, to their commitments to being better versions of themselves, to their commitments to read the books they said they were going to read at the beginning of the year, to their commitments that they do those certifications that they committed to at the beginning of the year. Because we've realized that people are under the tyranny of the urgent and they fail to do the important things in life. And we do believe that we can't leave them to continue to exist on their own and not be their best. So we have a system that we try to pair up our coaches. We pair up our coaches with their mentees, and the goal is ask the mentees clarifying questions that will make them to reflect. I was discussing with my friend Ogbo and the wife today, and he was just telling me how he met a girl and asked the girl a pointed question. What is your goal? Your goal in life? Or she just got confused. And go. Okay, he now made it simpler. Okay, what's your plan for yourself for the next 5 years? She could not come up with anything. And I think he helped her and said, okay, maybe you want to get married. Say, That's how confused. That's how many people are living. Going nowhere. But that will change. Because NWN was set up to address this thing, to give people clarity, to give people direction. And who will cause those changes is you people. I will also be there backing you as usual. But we're going to make those changes happen. As far as narrowing it down, there is a slide I would have loved to share. Oh God, I didn't send it to Sam. The one on discipleship. I sent it to you, right? Because NWN is all about discipleship. Check. Something on discipleship. You see it? Wow. Okay. I thought I did send it to you. But anyway, NWN is really about discipleship. And an analysis was done on how many people will be required to disciple the whole world of a population of about 6 billion. And when we ran the analysis, it was just 0.1%. So we are saying about 6 million people or so was enough to disciple the whole world. So it's just a small number. We don't need too many people to change the world. And in view of that, our strategy, which is what I propose to everyone, is, and that's going to be happening as we go on. That's the responsibility I throw to you as you go out there as coaches. 111. Can you say it? 111. 111. We try to make it very simple. One coach, one mentee, 1 year. If all of you here take with just one person, by next year, walk them through all that you have gone through. By next year, we would have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. For me, that's success. Because part of the things NWN set out to do was to change the narrative. Statistics are good, but I think quality has seen the power and the importance of quality. It's not so much of the numbers. Look at the numbers of people who are Christians in Nigeria today. And then when you compare that with what is happening around us, the statistics don't add up. They don't add up. So for me, we rather want to look at quality of people. Many of us don't know what is called the temple in Jerusalem was built on just about this half the size of this plot. It was built in 7 years. And in terms of the gold investment in that building, we're talking of, from some of the estimates that was done by Schofield, I think close to $12 billion. A building, unlike the half plot of what we have here, took 7 years. That's to show you how God does his things. It's about quality. It's not how massive, how big it is. Many of the auditoriums that we are seeing, massive auditoriums that are being built today, what you call the temple, Solomon's temple, is no way near that. But when you talk of in terms of the quality, because everything in that temple, gold was gold, silver was silver. All right. So we are building God a house, and God no longer wants to dwell in temples made with hands. He wants to dwell in human temples like you. And therefore, God is looking for quality. The mighty men of David, the army of David, they were very few. But they were a quality, they were an elite force. That's the kind of thing, the vision we have for our community members. We want to have an elite force. How many of you have heard of Marines? Where one Marine is about 10 because of the quality of training that they have received. So that's part of the vision we want to drive at NWN, change the narrative. So we've continued to do this, and the power of one is a lot. The power of one. One step can start a journey. One song can change a moment. One smile can start a friendship. One hug can lift a soul. One candle can wipe out darkness. One life can make a difference. One word can start a prayer. One hope will lift a spirit. One touch can show you care. And I want you people to be that one today. And I don't think it's something that is unsurmountable. You have all it takes to be that one that will make a difference. Thank you very much.